All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a Patrios master course on marketing. We're going to share with you a really neat tool that we developed a few years ago, but we have a lot of professionals, insurance professionals, use this free tool. Now, if you have your own agency and you want to brand this to you, if you DM me or shoot me a text, you guys can text me at 714-688-6994. I'll put your own logo on this, make it, all nice for your agency. We'll do that for free for you just to help you out. And you guys can start using this really cool tool. I send this to all of our clients. If anybody has a question about life insurance or even if they're doing health insurance, I always send this because it's a great little tool that I want to share with you guys this morning. So let me go ahead and share my screen. If you guys are on, we got a lot of people on this morning. Please mute your microphones. Unless you got a question, go ahead and raise your hand in here and we will get you guys in the queue and we'll answer questions at the end. Welcome to my infinity mirror. Reminds me of Windows back in the day. Okay, so now this is our Patrios providing education so you can decide what meets your need brochure. Care and coverage you guys deserve. This is a simple 2-page tool, and I won't only give this to the client, I'll actually use this interactively with them. So it's an interactive form. It's very good to have these type of things because in insurance, we're dealing with non-tangibles, and you want to create things and provide things that are tangible, even if they're digital like this. You're giving them something. And secondly, most importantly, we talk about adding a lot of value to customers' lives. You want to make sure, guys, that we're adding the value to their life instead of just asking for insurance or, hey, I'm an insurance person, I got a tie on, I'm with whoever. Are you afraid to die? That old scare tactic. Now we're in a different age, and need-based value adds are what is going to get you to sit down with that client, do a needs analysis, and really that's what this is at the end of the day. This is a free needs analysis that we've put together, and you can see it's got our old logo. I've been a little nostalgic trying to change everything over to our cool buffalo logo that everybody loves so much, but we'll get there. So the first thing off the back, I don't go really over this first part. You can. It's actually a good icebreaker because it's kind of funny, to say cheesy but true, life insurance, you really love insurance. That's the cheesiest thing ever. I wrote this, so I'm the cheesinator over here. But really, that's what it is at the end of the day. It really is love insurance. So, you don't have to go over that first part, but you can. But this is a great tool to sit down and just explain to them because you want to set the stage. You want to set the stage because if you have been in the life insurance game for a minute or two, everybody loves IULs. Terms kind of gotten beat up a little bit. Unless you're a Susie Orman and Dave Ramsey person, then you're a term person and you hate permanent life insurance. Well, listen, I take a holistic approach and I encourage all of our agents and our agency who are crushing it, and we want you to crush it too, take a two-pronged approach to this because you want to shore up their base, and that's really what the term life insurance is for. And the cool thing about most term policies today is you can convert it eventually to an IUL and get paid on that as well. So don't freak out. All right, don't freak out if you're wanting to sell an IUL and they just want term. That's not a bad thing. It's actually a very, very good thing. Now, we're big on term with living benefits, as everybody knows. I think it's a disservice. I want to say unethical, but that's pretty strong to say that. But listen, to sell anybody a life insurance policy that doesn't have rich living benefits, I mean critical, chronic, and terminal illness in there, and you're doing a huge disservice to the customer. Now, when it comes to IULs, our guys know, excuse me, you're never going to be in a situation with Patrios when you sell an IUL and you don't sell a term policy. It's a 1-2 punch. I'm not going to go into why we do that on this. If you guys DM me, we can do a strategy call, and I can show you our 1-2 punch. 95% of the time, our agents, our agencies that are under us that work with us are selling an IUL always with a term. And there's an important reason for that with the living benefits. Okay. So, but we want to introduce this concept of term, and that's why we have it here, and permanent life insurance and the power of first tax-free life insurance, life insurance being structured. See, what we're doing here. This is an intentional document, and you're never going to miss it because it's all bullet pointed out for you. And you can share this within 2 minutes with them. And you've done a few things. One is you've already covered their short-term needs. You've introduced a long-term strategy plan for tax-free income, so Uncle Sam is not your partner for life in your retirement. And thirdly, we get into the power of it, the tax-free component. What does that actually mean? And then also, we've introduced college funding, right? They may not have kids. That's fine. But they've got a brother or a sister who's got kids. They may have grandkids. What an amazing gift. And this is exactly what I say at this point. If they don't have, this is for your kids, your brother. Do you guys have brothers and sisters? Okay, great. Do they have kids? This is a great gift to give your kids. And I would love, with your permission, to send you our free college funding guide, our step-by-step college funding guide. So we have all these wonderful tools, agents and pros, that we can provide. And it's all about providing value. And we've already got it all made. It's all beautiful, clean material that you guys can send out and really just up your insurance game, your close rate, your referral rate exponentially. We've already set up referrals now. We're uncovering bodies. That's what we talk about in the insurance industry. You want to uncover the bodies. I know it's kind of gruesome and morbid, but that's what we're doing. We want to know, do you have a 529 plan set up? Do you know the differences between a 529 and an FIUL and the benefits that far outweigh that? And let me just show you real quick because I want to give you guys a little glimpse for those of you. Don't worry about let's see, let me get back to, I guess I'm in the toolbox. So let me just pull up just to show you guys very briefly in this box what we're talking about. And again, if you're doing a screen share, have all these up already. So you can just go over real quick. Here is our new logo. Beautiful, isn't it? While 529 has been seen as the gold standard for years, the fixed index universal life has become a strong alternative and a great fit for many families who are looking to take advantage of the diversity and usability of an IUL. That was not ChatGPT, guys. That was me. That was Doobie GBT. All right, so here is our document that you guys can look at and send out to people. And I got some little gremlins on the back end here, guys, that are getting my attention, so forgive me. But, I mean, it's just powerful. It's powerful marketing. This is all changeable. Once you download it, you can put your own information. Again, if you got your own agency, easily changeable. So we've got that, and then we've got a full Index Universal Life free guide that you guys can send out. That's just to show you a little bit of the versatility and the tools that we've got here for you guys at your fingertips. So some really, really cool stuff going on. All right, let me get back to, and we've already covered a lot of that. So again, we're introducing, we're opening, we're uncovering the bodies. Now, here's what I want to encourage you guys. The best salespeople out there, listen, okay? You want to ask affirmative questions and then just close your mouth and let them talk. How many kids do you have? What's your plan? Do you want them to go to college? Do you want them to start their own business? What does that look like? And you are taking copious notes. It doesn't matter where you take them. If you don't have a CRM, get one. You can get a free one. There's some free CRMs out there. I'll put it in the comments, some ones that I recommend, so we can put those in there. And then let's see. All right, so going down here. So we talk about, I just touched on the new term versus the old term and the power of that. We're setting the stage here and the different types of insurance, just simple education. And then this is a very simple way you're going to do a needs analysis. Now, again, this is all fillable, which is awesome for you guys. But how much life insurance do I need at the end of the day? That's a great question. Now, most people go off affordability. How much can they afford? And they may have a number in their mind already that, hey, I've got $150 I'm willing to spend on this. That's good, but if you can help them uncover the bodies, you're going to go much further. And there are different tools on our My Advisor cloud that you got access to. There's a phenomenal tool to really get into the nuts and bolts of life insurance needs and really uncover the bodies as we're talking about. But the dime method, you've probably heard about it. It's great, but when you can see it, you can put this down for them, and then you can save it to their name and you can send it to them. So coming up with debt, burial costs, taxes, credit cards, to pay all that off, what's it going to look like? What's it going to look like to replace the partner's income, especially if they got little kids? And normally we go off like a 10-year metric. If they've got babies, it's probably going to be closer to a 20-year metric on that, and then a mortgage. Now, we've got mortgage in there, but hey, they may be renters. Well, more than likely, if especially let's say the husband dies, he's going to, especially the wife, the spouse is going to want to make sure that they could buy a house. Now, in California, we're talking $1 million minimum now to get into a house. So just to kind of give you a little bit of a figure there, they may already have a mortgage, but you want to buffer that in there, at least start that conversation about having that in there. And then lastly, education. What's that going to look like to send their kids to college? Again, comes back to the college funding for them. And so we're doing multiple things here in a very simple way to not just be one faceted. Like, most people are, they've got their one trick ponies when it comes to insurance. You're either a whole life person or a whole life gal or an IUL guy. And you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Now, another thing we don't have in here is their parents. Let me ask you about your parents. What do they have set up for long-term care-wise and for final expense? Do they have a life insurance policy? They may have parents that, have a bunch of retirement money. They don't know what to do with it. That's an annuity conversation. It's just asking the right questions, and what you're trying to do, the whole point of this tool is to build a picture. And the picture is their house. And their house consists of them directly, right? The primary breadwinner and their spouse. And I won't get into it on this call. Yeah, maybe I will. It is so important. It's very rare when we train that only life insurance is going to be placed on, let's just say, the husband's working and the wife is stay at home. It's very rare that we're just going to put insurance on the primary breadwinner, whether it's the wife or the husband, doesn't really matter. The reason we do it on both, and it's so important, and a lot of people don't realize this, but I have this conversation from the beginning. We're going to do quotes on both of you guys, and here's the reason why. If your wife comes down and God forbid she gets diagnosed with breast cancer and she's sick and you've got to take time off work, how's that going to affect your income? That's a big question we got to ask. And here's the reason why. 1 in 2 men will be diagnosed with cancer. 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer at some point in their life. The average age of a critical illness, heart attack, cancer, stroke, the big three, I think it's like 17% of our gross domestic product are spent in the medical field on those 3 things. Trillions of dollars. It's like something like $25 trillion every year in the medical field are spent on those 3 things. If somebody becomes debilitated, chronically ill, critically ill, it is so important to make sure we have those rich living benefits set up for them. So if God forbid either one gets really sick and becomes debilitated, they have the finances to protect their household. So it's not just on the primary household person. If you're doing a good job, and again, it comes down to the right questions, proactive questions that uncover the bodies, you're looking at the primary person who is the gatekeeper at the beginning, to find out, what the needs are. And then from that, we're springboarding out, okay? We've got now the primary person. We've had that conversation. We've got the secondary, who is just as important, the spouse. And now we've got the kids that we're talking about. And we've opened that up to, do you have brothers and sisters who have kids? Okay? So now we're going out. What are your parents doing? Okay? We want to make sure that we build a beautiful picture, because you just went from, potentially making a $1,800 commission to now we've uncovered the bodies. It's a much better AP, and now you're looking at maybe $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, especially if you structure the IUL in a way and have these conversations with them. So this is a very quick and simple tool. It doesn't have to be complicated. We want to keep it simple because a confused mind, as you guys know, will never buy. And so I want everybody to start using this tool. I want you to start using it this week. I want you guys to get to know it. And again, we can customize this with your logo, your bling, whatever you want on here. And a great little tool to get your clients to build a picture so you can best provide value and options for them so they can make the best informed decision possible. I love this tool. The insurance pros that are utilizing this close a lot more business by using this. It's so simple. Add this to your repertoire. Add this today. Add this week. And you guys are going to see a huge increase of not only close rate, but referrals and uncovering the bodies and building a picture. I did mention a CRM before. Highly recommend you guys do that. But for now, if you just want to use Google Notes on each one of those clients, keep them in a folder, that's fine too. But as these people are talking, it is so important when you're listening because you've got a billion things going on. I got 7 kids. You guys know we have a household. If I'm not taking notes, and anytime I'm talking to a new agent, I've got my Remarkable. I'm not trying to, this is not a commercial for Remarkable, but this is just my pad and paper, my digital pad and paper, as you guys can see right here. I've got notes on each new agent I'm talking to because, one, I want to know what their goals are. I want to know what their background is, what I want to know about them, because then the more information I have, the more I can help them. And when I go back and I can transpose those and change my, which is cool, what I've written down into, a type form, and then save that into the CRM that we use, which is a very powerful CRM. If you guys are looking for a great CRM, DM me. I've got one that will blow your mind. It's only $97 a month. It's incredible. So a little commercial for that, more than the Remarkable notebook, but that thing's pretty cool too. Doesn't matter. Could be pen and paper, however you work. Obviously, if you do digital, you don't have to, double the work. So if you're just typing out the notes, that's good. That's a good thing. And then take that and put that into the CRM, and then you can set up your follow-ups, and you've got all your notes on them. Do your kids play sports? Those kind of questions. So you can best help the client, provide solutions for them. You're going to do a better job for the client. They're going to be happier. You're going to be able to help their family, and you're going to end up making a lot more money because you provided way more value than the standalone life agent out there who's just trying to nickel and dime them to buy a policy from them. So we've got to change the way that we're approaching people. We got to change the conversations that we're having with people. We've got to be proactive with what we're doing. And this simple two-page sales tool will help you do that. It'll help you do a better job for the client, and your bank account will be happier, your spouse will be happier, and your goals will be much happier because you'll be meeting them. But just by using this tool, asking the right questions, being personable, those simple things. So you guys have access to this. If you don't, hit me up. I will get this out to you guys. It's in our toolbox. If you're within Patrios, you're in our little ecosystem, you guys have a plethora of amazing tools, from social media marketing to everything in between, how to be successful in all these areas. So you guys have a blessed day. I'm going to stop the recording. I'll answer questions. We'll talk about this. God bless you guys. I am Doobie DeBose. If you got any questions,